I'll send you some links. Thank you, darling. Famous now. Good evening, friends. Good evening and welcome this fine Thursday evening to Little Port Christian Spiritualists, where we gather together to bring upliftment, love, laughter, incitement, joy, and communication with the world of spirit. Each week, of course, we gather together and invite a guest medium. Sometimes we've never seen them before, and sometimes they're very dear friends. And tonight, it is a great pleasure to welcome our medium tonight, who is a very, very dear friend. So please give it up for the one and only David Schiesser! The vibrations are rising already, love. So thank you for coming, David, because it's always good to see friends doing well, and we know you're often globe-trotting and out and about. So thank you for finding Little Port on the map. It's a pleasure to have you back, my friend. And so notices. Let's do the notices first, because there's quite a bit to say. First and foremost, a reminder that now it's December. There will be no drumming this month. The White Feather Shamanic Drum Healing Group have gone into hibernation for the winter. But they will be back March, April time, depending on how the weather goes. So be aware of that. Of course, the other thing, the Sunday workshops continue. And they will be, we've got one this week, in actual fact, this Sunday, between 9:30 and 3:30. Thank you. Between 10:30 and where's your badges, Barry? Where's your lollipop sticks when I need them? Between 10, I'll be here at 9:30. Between 10:30 and 3:30, and it is called The Healing Side of Mental Mediumship. I could have given it a fancy name and a quippy title, but you know what? It is what it says on the tin. The Healing Side of Mental Mediumship. So that is this month's workshop. Now, notices are, of course, about the up-and-comings, but I do want to, of course, acknowledge the Just Bins. Now, the Just Bins were a wonderful family, double-barreled. There were the Justs and the Bins, and they got, no, I'm kidding. The Just Bin, of course, is last Saturday, when we had our wonderful Mind, Body and Spirit event organised by Cheryl, ably assisted by Mark, and then she roped everyone else in. I want to thank everybody for their involvement, their work, and just say a big thank you to the arrangement of it, because it were brilliant. We had such fun, and Barry threw a kitchen sink at me. And as you can see, the stick's no longer here. His kitchen sink in terms of crystal healing, of course. Stephen brought his big old standing bowl and his big old tuning fork, and I stood in there and got gonged, and Barry literally threw the kitchen sink at me with crystal healing. I was out of it, weren't I? So you got advanced bookings now, Barry. So thank you to one and all for being a part of it, joining in, taking part, contributing, and helping. It was wonderful, and even though there were a few early morning teething problems, it's a pleasure to report there will be more to come. Although if you'd have asked that at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, there wouldn't have been another one, ever not know. But we will be doing another, maybe 2 next year, along with a lot of other things to come too. So there we are. Friends, let's open this service by joining together and opening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love and hope and friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we place this service in your care and keeping, we of course make that ever-needed statement that everything we do is in the name of love, truth, and light. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Now, of course, here is the point in our service when we speak of all things philosophical. And philosophy of spiritualism is a wonderful thing because it can literally be anything. It doesn't have to be golden words. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be real. It just needs to be applicable to life. And the one thing that I have discovered in this way of life is that to all things there is a time to smile, a time to cry, a time to shout, a time to be silent. But there is always one time, and the time that is appropriate, where there is no conflicting or opposing pole of view. And that time is when it comes to responsibility. Of course, David and I were actually talking earlier on about the principle of personal responsibility. But one of the things that's been coming up in my radar a lot lately, and Spirit wanted me to talk about because they tend to navigate stuff in my way to notice, because I don't know if anybody knows me very well, but I don't tend to notice anything right in front of my nose. So they have to be loud and they have to smack you in the head sometimes to get the message across. But personal responsibility is one thing that sets spirituality apart from some other ways of life. The idea that we have a role and responsibility in terms of who we are, how we are, and what we do. Now, one thing that I know about this way of life is that you come as you are, and all are welcome. And I think that was the first thing that engaged me and dragged me into spiritualism itself, with a huge level of commitment and joy, because I'd finally found something that welcomed me as me. And to be a spiritualist, come as yourself and no harm done. Come as yourself and be yourself. You are embraced. However, when it comes to developing your mediumistic skills, be it healing, mediumship, philosophy, when it comes to doing the work of spirit, there is a sacrifice involved. There is something that you do have to give up as part of your journey. And it's possible to work with spirit without doing so. But I think I speak for many who've experienced it. It does make life easier if you do make that sacrifice. And that sacrifice is rage. That sacrifice is pain. That sacrifice is obstinance. You have to give up the layers that have built up with you in your life that bring you down emotionally and heavily. You cannot carry a heavy burden of frustration and anger and upset and then take on board the energy and the needs of others as well. It becomes too much. What I'm saying is, we have a responsibility to develop ourselves before we develop our mediumship. And that's a huge responsibility, because in so many ways we can look in the mirror and be appreciative of ourselves. And we should. But we can also look beyond the cracks that form when life gets in the way. We forget that sometimes, in the words of so many people these days, and I can't say it exactly, but as my father would put it, the SH14 happens. And if you don't know what that is, come and ask me afterwards. But it happens. And it adds layers of walls and borders and boundaries that do not belong in your life. You don't have to work on these things to be a spiritualist or a spiritual person. But just as it helps to be a medium to work on these barriers that we create, it can also help in your daily life. If you carry chains of your own making, your shoulders will be heavy. And quite often, if we have been done a disservice or done a bad turn, the person who's done that doesn't care that you're upset, might not even know that you're upset by it. And certainly, if they did deliberately stitch you up and upset you, they're going to be happy that you're grumpy. So win and change the paradigm and let go of the burdens of the past. Because only by letting go of the burdens of the past do you have a spring in your step to carry yourself forward to a greater, brighter future. I personally think that that's a worthy sacrifice. To let go of pain, to let go of anger, to let go of hate, to let go of frustration, and be yourself, your true self. If anyone here has ever eaten an onion, if anyone here has ever eaten an orange, you'll know that in order to do so, you need to strip a layer off first. Otherwise, it gets either a little bit zesty or a little bit dry. But once you strip away that outer layer, you find the good stuff. Your good stuff. And this is where personal responsibility comes into play, because I am not saying that we shouldn't have boundaries and borders. We absolutely should. And another conversation we had earlier on, actually, is the more in life you travel, the more you do find yourself affirming your own personal boundaries. You should. But you should also be aware that you carry with you a gate to let those in that need to come in as well. Because otherwise, we lose that respect of community. We lose that hope of community. And we lose the support and strength that comes with communities of like minds, a mutual appreciation society of joy, upliftment, and love. So take responsibility for all those things that weigh you down and get rid of them. Because as I said, at some point between the hours of 12 and 2 today, as a couple in the room might recognize, when it comes to the issues of life, when it comes to our freedom and our responsibility for our journey, We quite often use the words, I have no choice. Well, my friends, there's a very true statement. People only ever say, I have no choice, to console themselves on a decision that they have already made and know that their intuition is guiding them to do so. We always have a choice, but with choices, unless we use personal responsibility, they have consequences. But choose to be happy, choose to be uplifted, and most of all, choose to be you. Because when you do that, you are free, you are liberated, and you are absolutely loved. So continue, carry on, get rid of that what you don't need, build upon that what you do, and never give an inch. God bless you all, and thank you for listening. 4 minutes and 35 seconds. I kept it under 5 for you. Yeah. They want you to come every week just so that I do that, you know. Friends, now is the time in our service when we're going to have our reading. Many people who've been to a spiritualist church before or have never been to a spiritualist church before will find that if you do go out in other places, quite often the reading comes before the philosophy. But as we believe that philosophy is as evidential as mediumship, we do things a bit back to front because spirit know, and spirit will find a way of getting the core message across. So we have the philosophy, and then we see what matches up in the reading. And this week, of course, looking very earthy and tree-like. So I'm going to hug her later.
Love you too.
Dark legs and green on top. You know, please welcome, before she kicks me and beats me up, our deacon, Eunice.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And everybody online. Here we are in winter. It's not all doom and gloom. Just put some extra clothes on and dance around the room. Look out of your window, see what you can see. A little frost that kills those germs, a robin in a tree. If you're lucky, it will sing to you, not just wanting to be fed. You will never see this if you stay inside your bed. Life is oh so simple. If you see it nature's way, it comes, it goes, it changes. Tomorrow becomes today. Memories can play a sorry part around this time of year. You miss that special person that you always hold so dear. Please don't be sad, just celebrate and raise a glass or two, for they will come and join in, doing similar for you. Live your life as best you can, a cuddle here and there. Nature does provide for us flora, fauna, and crisp winter air. Healing is within us all. Like nature, it's a gift. Use it, nurture it. You will find it always helps to lift. It not only helps the physical, it helps with peace of mind. It helps with all those aches and pains or just the daily grind. Please just remember one small thing, not all in life is free, but some things are. Look out for them and hug that friend and you'll see. A cuddle is a healing gift. Just try it, you will see. With love and kindness, give a hug. You get healing from that tree. Healing comes in many forms of physical, easy to see, but mental healing, that's the one, and often is the key. The key to help us all be strong and fight those daily blues. Give friendship, love and caring in whichever way you choose. This time of year is hard for some. There is no doubt. Let us all come together and make sure they don't miss out. And please don't forget those creatures that are watching from outside. Put treats out for all to share. Let conscience be your guide. Thank you.
I felt like doing a whoop there for some reason. Thank you, Eunice. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Wonderful. Well said. Well written, actually. And I like that shade of green, by the way. I once had a top that colour, but I was never allowed to wear it. No, I know. When in hole, stop digging. So, do you know what? You know, people say when you're in a hole, stop digging. I disagree. Keep digging and make yourself a tunnel. Thank you, Eunice. And now, of course, friends, is the time in our service where we hand over to Spirit for healing. And, of course, hand over to our healers for healing too. Tony's going to talk a lot about some very special people today, I know. But please send out your thoughts, if I may be so bold, in particular to our sister, Eileen, and my dear friend, Lynn. In particular, of course, but never forget yourself as well, as Tony will say several times, because he's right on that one. So please welcome to lead us in the healing while I set up the music, our healing leader, Tony.
Why, thank you. As Nick said, in a few moments when I ask, please send out your healing thoughts to not only Eileen, our very own Eileen, but Reverend Lynn Gibbs and her partner. Things are not very good there at the moment, so yes, they need some help. Could you also please think of John and Helen Stratton, Harold and Ryan, Tony Swindles and his family, Sue, Brian, Stephen, Sandra, and Eugene. If you would. If you would like some hands-on, close proximity, get behind me, Satan, whatever sort of healing you want, please raise a hand right now, and several of our healers will dash to you quickly and get there as fast as they can and do the job. Won't you?
Healers.
They just take a little persuading because they're awfully shy. Linda hasn't got a hand up.
Mama.
Yes, please. Thank you. Healers, just as ever, a few words from me before you talk to your guides and inspirers. Great Spirit, would you please send your healing powers down through our healers to those who have asked, the recipients that need that healing here and now tonight. But at the very same time, would you please protect our healers from anything they don't want to receive? And healers, you have approximately 3 minutes to go.
Spirit, Father, Mother, God, divine source of the universe and great Creator. Here we bring unto you all those listed in all the healing books throughout the land. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now.
leaders, if you can thank the people you need to and just bring yourselves back, and we'll try and carry on with the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Now they can hear me.
Yes, they can hear you.
Hi, everyone. That's
Thank you to our healers, and thank you to Spirit for facilitating that healing. And so now, my friends, is the time where we hand over the rest of our evening to a very dear friend and a true exponent of this way of life. I know we're in for a good one, so please give a warm, uplifting welcome when I hand over to him. A couple of little important notices. I ain't going to do all the actions today. If we need to evacuate the building, our exits are there, through there, and there's one through there. But do have a wonderful, uplifting evening. We say a big welcome to the one and only David.
hi. Good evening. It's always very nice to be back and very warmly welcome. This is always a good start, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, see, with you, they're very relaxed. With me, like, oh, don't trust them.
Because they ignore me.
If I make too much of a noise with this one, they need to tell you. Okay.
Oh, they will.
So let me know.
Oh,
Okay.
they will.
So apologies for the microphone. Good. Okay. You know what you have to do? Please say yes with a smile. Please do also say no with a smile. Okay, it helps. You are allowed to say no. I have to say we just go with it. You know what to do. Yes. Thank you very much. I hope you get a contact here because you said something. Good. No, I just want to crack on here because I know I have a gentleman with me, and I feel it's a father here that has joined, and I feel father died very, very quickly, and I feel father died very, very soon, or far too soon, because I feel, and I have to say, I would like to talk to a son here, because I feel that this father was a real inspiration. This was a real, can I say, backbone. If I invent some words that you don't understand, would you please tell me? Oh, it's gonna be a long night tonight. Would you please tell me? I can deal with that. I'm from Switzerland, okay? So you don't have to beat around the bush there. You just say it straight. So who understands father in the world of spirit died far too early and was a real a man to look up to, because I feel him very much as someone who through his actions was impressive in life, how he dealt with people, how he stood in life. And more so, I said he died quickly, but I feel that he coped with what he went through before he passed very, very bravely and very courageously. Who understands that? Okay. Is that a yes? I know you're not a son, but you would understand about a son who his father was everything to himself. Understand that? Because what is really important here is that Father talks about the Son, so I know that there is things going on with the Son, otherwise he wouldn't have said that. Okay, who understands that, please? You and who else? Okay. I don't know why I always end up with you first. When was your last message that you received?
The last time you were here. So
Okay, so once a year is okay, it's fair enough. Okay. Isn't that interesting though? I don't do that on purpose. Okay. Well, I know that your dad is in the world of spirit, but you see, and I just well, I don't know anything about your life, but what is really interesting, I feel that he had the same connection to his dad.
Yes.
It is that love bond that comes, bond that comes through the generations, which is really nice here. So I learned to live and laugh from who I came from.
Yes.
Really nice. It's really, really nice. And I know, okay, I see you. But there is really this feeling about sun here. Oh, I shouldn't, but I still do because I don't bother anymore. I saw you walk a bit awkwardly. So I know this needs to be looked at. Not to be concerned, but I know don't be a fool to wait too long. Okay. It's like nobody has ever received a medal to wait too long. Isn't that interesting? it's like you're not a hero in not sorting it as soon as you can. I hope that helps. And there is the humor that comes. Okay, I know he pulled your leg somehow. And I wanna I wanna, not me, but I still wanna pull your leg because it's really something nice. Whatever happens in life that feels very hard, he always knew how to uplift and enlighten a moment.
Yeah.
Which I find really nice because it's also, he would also have taken under his wings other chaps like me that felt maybe a bit lost in life. So I know he would have done that too. It's right, isn't it? Yeah. So he was an inspiration not just for you, but also for others that he took under his wings. And when I speak about under his wings, and I'm honestly, I don't know. No, I know that I don't know the information. It's like I know in the UK you don't really have that or not often this element of apprenticeship. But I feel that he would have had apprentices where he would show how to do things or how to, because your dad was very good with his hands, wasn't he? He could fix stuff. You try to fix stuff.
I try.
That's what he said. You try. Oh dear. Did you ask your son to fix something in your home lately? Yeah? And it didn't really turn out the way you wanted it. Good try, son. Good try.
Worth a try.
Well, yes, absolutely. So you see, I know he's very much missed, but it's so beautiful how he's very much part of that moment where in defeat we just have to smile a little bit. Isn't that lovely? So I also wanna he must have been good as a storyteller here. I feel that he could really set people down, especially kids. He has a very good connection to kids here.
Yeah.
So there are also grandkids. Is that correct?
Correct.
And I love this moment of, I know we are coming into Christmas, but it's not about the big Christmas presses here with your dad. It is about that you know, when kids have that sparkle in their eyes, and he speaks about the sparkling of the eyes when they open the gifts. It's not about what is inside, but it's the moment where when a kid is so immersed within that moment of surprise.
Yes.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I feel this is a memory that he loved. This is a memory that he's looking forward to experience again. Huh. But they're not small grandchildren.
Not anymore.
But yet the spark is still there, or the sparkle. So I'm getting a bit melancholic, to be honest, or very immersed within that moment of the family needs to come together, and I love when they are together. But yet also knowing that it will be overshadowed by him missing. I know that, but and I know it's so hard. What I say here now is like, enjoy that moment that is so important to me, when the sparkles of joy and surprise is in the air. Don't allow it to be dulled by my absence. I know it's really difficult. I get emotional here, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit, but it's really like that. I know I am not forgotten if the family is happy, and I think this needs to be remembered. Just because people are happy and occupied with that beautiful moment that he's still part of, he will never be forgotten within it. But just allow that moment to establish and to enjoy. I know it's hard, isn't it? But I feel that is really important to him. Embrace it and allow it to carry you. It's lovely. He would have told you, I will always carry you wherever you go. It's right, isn't it? Always I will carry you. And it seems he hasn't stopped yet. Isn't that lovely? It's very nice. So thank you so much. Apologies that I'm always ending up here, which would be the last thing that I would want. But it's beautiful. So thank you so much for you both. Yeah. Surprise. Good. I know I have a mom here, and I know mom was anything else but philosophical, I say. This is a woman that is so straightforward and just says it as it sits on her tongue. I know there must be a different colloquialism in English, but you know what I meant with that one, yeah? She just, there's often, I know the daughter I want to talk to, I know that she would sometimes then say, oh, I wasn't aware what I was saying, it just slipped my tongue, because she maneuvered herself into not the easiest of situations here. And I I know that you and your mom, you would have had a very good relationship where you just, and that's a nice one. You're not embarrassed about mom because you just knew who mom was. And if she did it, it was just like, there she goes again. And you were so used to cope with that moment, where she had this, also I hear her with this really specific giggle. So whose mom is this, please? I would take her, honestly, even if it's not mine. Nobody understands that with mom, please. Maybe certain. What is the yeah?
No, that is her to a T, really.
Okay. Okay. If we register that is her to a T. And with your mom, not quite. Okay. So who of you understands having to look after mom in the latter years of her life? I know that you would have been there as a support. And so thank you so much for speaking. Is it okay if we spoke a bit? And it's so important to sit at the table and speak for her. This is a precious moment where I have this intimate chat with you about the deepest secrets or thoughts that I have. And I feel you were her place to go for that. Even I know that there were others, but I feel with you, I know you understand me. But also you told her when she was wrong. Honestly, here I know that if of someone she could take it, then from you. That's where I feel, because there is something going quite wrong at the very end of her life, and I feel it changed her personality a bit. Would you accept that? It wasn't the mom that we knew, and I know she felt stressed, and I feel she felt very frustrated, because somehow I feel I lose the capability to be in control of my body. Does that make sense? And somehow with the legs, I'm okay with the legs not working, but I'm not okay with the hands not working. Because I feel that she also must have had really, really cold hands all the time. She didn't like that at all, at all. It's really interesting. I have a bit of a discussion with her about, well, you could have worn gloves, but I'm not wearing gloves. So there is something about gloves, but not wearing gloves, but should to have wear gloves. Does that sound any? Yes, but it would have been nice to have them, but it's just it's really. So I'm definitely with your mom, which is really, really beautiful. And when she speaks about that one, because I know what that was all about. It wasn't a fight, but it had to do with independency and dignity. Strange thing to say, but it's really strange because it's just gloves, isn't it? But it is a step too far for her. And when she speaks about that one, is also about you and new life, where you are pushed somehow a step too far at the moment. Is that correct? Would you accept that? Yeah. And there is silence because there's hardly anything that can be said about that. But also her, because there is an element to her that says, if I am where I want to be, I will not move. So, and that relates to you. It feels like stubborn, not moving, but yet it is quite the right position to be in. Is that? She's a bit cryptic, which is fine in that environment, but it might not please everyone that you don't move or that you don't do the same thing as you normally used to do. And so this one, even though it feels comfortable, it feels uncomfortable. So there is this being torn in oneself. That's it. She felt torn in herself, so she knows how you feel when you feel torn in yourself, but yet you know where you need to be. So that's why you are not so moving at the moment, possibly. Yeah? Very, very nice here. Very, very beautiful. She brings my mind to her ring. And there's something about her ring. You accept that she would have given you a ring. It wasn't after she died. Yes. Because I feel I want you to have that. Not this one, but I can't. Otherwise my partner would not be happy about it. where's your wedding ring? Well, I just gave it away. It's like, okay, thank you very much. But is that act that shows me that you see what that shows me, and I know she got confused to the end of her life. She's not very clear in herself anymore. Where am I? What? But I feel that she was very clear beforehand, before this happened, who gets what. So I have sorted my things. I knew who, and you didn't get everything that she wanted you to get. Is correct, isn't it? Because you stepped back. You just allowed them to. You didn't want the quarrel or the hassle of it because you were mourning your mom and not the possession that she left behind. Is that right? And here there is an acknowledgement that comes. It's very clear who should get what, and everybody knew about that. And there was no need for any quarrel at all. Human beings, huh? Okay. Can you please accept that you carry her around your neck? Is there a pendant or a locket of hers? And that's precious. There's something quite wrong with the hook, or so, it doesn't. Thank you. So that's why it's not on, because it needs to be fixed, because the danger of losing it is far too. And this is really, really beautiful. Because there is a memory that she brings. When you were younger, she would have given you a locket as well, or a chain. And I have this memory when she put that on you. And what she laughed is your hair, you see. She would make a fuss about your hair. I love, not I, huh? But I feel, sorry, don't want to intrude here. But I feel I love to and to look after it. So that is really beautiful. And I know that you would have laid her hair as well. And there was made extra, it was taken extra special care how she was presented for her funeral. It's really nice. So thank you so much for taking so much care. So I know you were very vital in that moment to send her off with the utmost respect and how she should be remembered as a strong woman. Is that all right? Okay. Yes, she is. She is. There is a strength with her, but there is also the softness, you know, and sometimes, really, really beautiful. So thank you very much for speaking up here. It's very, very nice. Okay. Can I ask, who understands a grandfather in the world of spirit that was like a father? Because he's coming back again and again and again. And I feel that you would have lived with the grandparents, or you spend a lot of time with the grandparents. But there is a connection to you and your grandfather that is very, very tight, very, very strong. And when I speak about grandfather, because I have I reach in my pockets, and then there you get something. So I find that very, very nicely for him to send you to get something that you liked. If it was a what was it called? Not a mint, but a sweet. Anybody understands that? Who lived with their grandparents, or they were very, very close. Deadly silence. Possibly. So did you live with your grandparents? Okay. Can I ask, were they influential in who you became as a person? That's what I want. Because that grandfather is someone who shows me how life works. He shows me things. He takes me with him. And there must have been a park where you spent time with each other. Because I like to play with you as well. I like to give you attention. Can we work a little bit? Because there is all of a sudden his happiness coming. You're a grandfather too, even though you look 21. You're not quite. You have been told you are. Can I ask, emotionally? Men. I so feel for you ladies. Okay, so you would accept that on an emotional level there's someone that I like, because what he shows is that magnet that you are for this person, this little one or this toddler, or not anymore. Do you have that memory when they want to hang on to you and just grab you wherever they can and it's like, okay, you. Okay, but you know that it's really this bond, this absolute, like, when you're around, I want to be with you, and I don't leave you on your own. It's just I need you, and I need, and this is the feeling that I have with this grandfather and you. You see, this absolute, and that's why I feel you can allow that as well to happen, because it's a nice feeling, but from a different perspective now, where you are the guiding force here. And it seems that you need to be a guiding force in that environment where you can impress on a little soul what really counts in life, and having that time together where it seems to be very important to be seen. It's really important, because I feel when you were with your grandfather, you were always seen. There's always can do. There's always, I know that you have the skill. It's not a home, or it's not an environment where it's about you can't do this, you're not good enough in that. No. We can do. And if we can't do, we find ways in how we can do. And that's what I feel you live in your profession, where there is a can-do attitude. There's no problem that can't be fixed. And I feel, because he tells me, or he shows me, is there is things that you bring back home and you think about it, how can I resolve it? Whereas you are often told, come on now, leave work, or leave be work and be here. But I feel that you are then in thoughts, how can I tackle this thing? And then in the morning when you wake up, you know exactly what to do. It's right, isn't it? I feel that there is your grandfather's spirit, if I can say, where it's like, you are not being defeated by a problem, honestly. You're quite a stubborn one in that. You cannot let go till it is resolved. Is that right? Like a little pit bull. It's like, not that this is bad, okay? However, I'm saying this because I know, he knows, there is an obsessive element to it, where you can really go into detail and you can't let go. You really have to, and it can be a bit taken to the extreme. Would you accept that, please? And here he brings then the park. It's like also to shift consciousness into a different aspect. And there is where the toddler or the one that hung on to your in the past, brings that change of mind where all of a sudden I'm brought back into here, where you can easily go into your own world, I say, where you just are unaware of surroundings. Right, isn't it? I don't know if you say about yourself that you are a philosopher or philosophical, but there is a great element that you carry to be one. But that there is a smile that comes. I don't feel that is lived or accepted or because the joke that comes in mind is like, yes, philosophers are always old men. I don't know why this touches my mind, but actually it is not, isn't it? Do you play music, or did you used to play music? Okay. Trumpet. Unsuccessfully. No. Sorry. Hmm. Can I put it differently? I might go to someone else. Can I put that differently? Do you like music? Do you like lyrics? It's not about listening to the music. It's more listening to the lyrics, what you like listening to. It's right, isn't it? Because that's lyrics is philosophy in a different way than when we talk about Shakespeare. But yet I feel that there is a love for Shakespearean literature. Would you accept that? Have you looked into it? Okay. Well, that's what we have to do in school. But it's more what he's talking about is something. I'll tell you what it's all about. It is about using your time for something that might not be of use in life, but makes you happy. So it's more about this aspect to, and there the music comes. Why are you not allowed to play music if you like doing it? Why does it need to be perfect and in a way played that you could become something? Did you get what I said? There is also things that we can do without being perfect at it, because it is lifting the spirit. Because you're a perfectionist. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, that was rolling eyes moment, okay? And this is more what he brings here, that freedom, going into the park, of wasting a bit of time, but yet that's the memory in all that he did in life. It was the most beautiful moment to waste the time with you in a park. Isn't that incredible? In everything that he could bring, that moment where other people think this is a waste of time, that's what he recalls from the world of spirit. Isn't that awesome? Very philosophical, I must say. So here, maybe it's time for you to also spend your time on things that you just like doing. Do you know about those little everybody listen. Do you know about those little engines, game, and not games, play any engines where there is a set and we put them together, mechanical sets. Yes, something like that. Would you know about that? Because it's something that then works, engineering stuff, where you just can focus upon and be immersed in it. Thank you very much. But the next person I want to talk to, they also know about what you said in the family. I'm missing the words. Honestly, I'm so sorry because I haven't got the vocabulary to talk about it. Isn't that nice? I have a mind that knows about engineering, but I don't have the vocabulary to actually say what he's telling me. Isn't that lovely? So I'm a bit in a puddle here. Because the gentleman that I have, that is an inventor. That is someone who would have created miniature, not just engines, but ooh, okay. Who understands someone who knew about how to restore clocks and watches? Because I see the little he had an understanding, but I say he didn't learn it as a trade. But I feel that he would have restored that. Anybody understands that? Really fascinating. I work with him. I don't care if nobody can take him because it's so fascinating. Mm. Who of you knew of someone who was or was known to be able to repair the watches and clocks? That is a clockmaker. That one knows how it's done. Because he shows me his little workshop, and I know that people from the village would have known him. Who understands that, please? It's too clear here. To not be real. Mm. So, who of you, when you grew up, you lived in a street and auntie lived next door or very close by? Hands up. I know someone is grown up, grew up in a house where auntie was not quite that far and other relatives were also there. Who is this? Okay. The clockmaker in the street or there where you... Okay. Okay. Because you see, it's like the family was very close in those days. And it's like I'm not just I didn't just grow up in one house. It is like every house is connected somehow, and if you need something, you just go over and just get it. Yes, thank you very much, because it's like there and there and there, and I just it's really interesting because I feel that when school was over, you would go not always home, but you also yes, it's not just one house, as you said. It is I just go where there is someone, and there must have been chickens as well, because I can feel the chickens and I can feel how you fed the chickens, and you loved the chickens. Did you ever regret not having chickens anymore? Okay, because I feel that there is not everybody understands a relationship to a chicken, but I know you do. Okay. But I feel that there were almost pets. It's not just for food only, in your eyes. and that if, because you see what I am being told here, I don't know who it is yet, but I will find out. I find it fascinating. Thank you about the time. I felt you. I felt your energy. It's fascinating. You as a child, you were always in your thought talking to someone. You had that communication in your mind. You would be able to play with yourself and have your own conversations with someone that wasn't really there. Would you remember that? Yes. But I don't feel you were alone, because you had such a fantasy or imagination. And it was a beautiful place to grow up, because it's freedom. It is absolutely something that I feel that was you to a T, to be able to be on your own and to come back home and to be a bit here, a bit there, and not having to be stuck in one little place. You are the one that needs family, that needs to be in that environment. And you see what is really beautiful is, like, because I know a lady's talking about it, because it feels to me that you always knew what chore is there to be done. You didn't have to be told, feed the chickens. You did feed the chickens because you knew that they needed feeding. I don't feel, well, I know Mom is coming from the world of spirit here, talking about that, how you are very independent as a child. So it's like, it's actually quite beautiful, where a lot of people have to tell their children today what they need to do. It's like, for you, it was logical. We were just part of it. It needed to work because everybody was so busy trying to get enough. You know, it's really beautiful. There was not luxury, but we were happy with what we had. We had a good time, we had laughter, and we were happy with the little things that we had. Do you understand with your dad that your dad had the pocket? Okay, grandfather. But don't you? Would you not also accept that this watch was not working or running properly? Tinkering. So is it your grandfather who knew about clockworks, or would have liked or loved to tinker with it, as you said? Okay, and he would have had this shed where he would withdraw and be on his own, and I see him just sitting there and being very interested in how things work. Very bright mind, I feel. Could also very nicely pass time without realizing. Did you have to go and get your granddad for food or dinner or lunch? Where you were told, oh, go and fetch him. See? Okay? Because because what is so beautiful, and I feel this is you now. You go into your own space again. You sometimes need to be told, come, it's ready now. Because you go into that world of thoughts where you detach yourself from the here and now. You understand that. And there's such a beautiful togetherness with your people in the world of spirit, because I hear your thoughts and I feel them very, very close. And that is comforting. I know it is comforting. It is not because just missing you so much. I know you are here. I know I am held. But I also want to bring that memory back where it was so beautiful to be in the community, where you could just go there and there and there, and there was always someone round. So there is this memory coming, and this understanding that maybe nowadays it's not that simple anymore, just to go into someone's house. It's funny, I cannot get rid of that chicken. I don't know if it was a pet chicken that you had a good relation with, but I feel somehow that is something that you had a bond with. But right, yes, they were pets. Okay, so it's the love for them that I feel here, because I know if they would not have been eaten if there wasn't the desperation of doing so. I know that. And it sounds strange, ladies and gentlemen. I know that the chicken knows that too. Okay? Because sometimes it resonates somehow. So this is where it comes all together. But glad I found your grandfather in that all. Thank you for working with me. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for David! Bless you, my child.
I really wasn't too disturbing.
Oh, I think that nobody complained about the sound volume, so
Good, okay.
you're fine. I don't need to ask. I was going to ask Mum a question. Who's the medium next week? I've just figured out who it is.
You?
Yeah,
No, seriously?
seriously.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, David, for a wonderful demonstration of mediumship. And yes, my dad was something of a talker. I can't think where I get it from. He could spin a yarn. The difference is he would tell the same story about 50 times rather than just the 30 times that I do. But no, thank you. He himself was an apprentice carpenter. And he then became head of the local police specials and trained and passed on that information. And you weren't here when I brought it up on the screen, but Lynn, who we asked for healing for, wrote an article about this, about Littleport, and in it she actually mentions that Dad was on the committee of the village hall before I was, and I've kind of had it passed on.
Okay, yeah.
So thank you for that, David. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Give it up one more time. The lovely David Schiesser. Well, it's a bit of an anticlimax, really. I've kind of dropped the hint. Next week is our last service of 2025. It'll get even deeper and even more groany now. And our medium next week is me. Oh, that was a bit of mixed bag, wasn't it? Well, that wouldn't take you too long, so you can get back down here in time, can't you? Would you like to check? Give you 7 days' notice. So yes, it may be our last meeting of 2025, but of course we have a bit of a tradition here. Let's have a right old shebang and make sure 2025 doesn't forget us. So we will have a bit of wildness and a bit of joy and a little bit of a gathering afterwards as well. But I looked at the calendar, it's like, really? The reason it's so soon, of course, is because Christmas Day falls on a Thursday. And I know as much as you love coming here, you'll all be sleeping off the turkey and the furkey or whatever it is that's made of tofurkey. No one ever heard of tofurkey? It's turkey, but based on tofu. It's vegan. Tofurkey.
Sorry.
It's turkey flavoured tofu. Like vegan sausages are not got any pork in them. Well, that's what I thought. But yeah, we will have our Christmas festivities, of course, next week. We're going to have a... we're going to have our... Excuse me. We're going to have our closing prayer, and then we'll have our raffle. I just got to say, in terms of the raffle, whoever brought that hamper, thank you very much. It looks amazing. Someone's in for a big surprise tonight. Carol, bless you. Oh, bless you. Thank you ever so much. Bit of a ripple for the... Speaking of the raffle, obviously, I've spoken previously. I'd like to send out a big public thank you to Burnett's family. Burnett, who passed a few weeks back, has gone back to the world of spirit. She was a staunch supporter of spiritualism, and I've found out even more recently over the last few days of some of the things she used to get up to. Remind me to tell you about that. But she asked her daughter to give us the contents of the Ottoman as raffle prizes and donations. So we have got a couple of bits on there tonight because she's given us lots of things. So the raffle is going to be all right. But I want to send a big thank you to Burnett's family as well for that donation. And welcome to being an official spiritualist. Remember what we said last week about not getting a message? Yeah. You know you're stuck with us when you have your first week where you don't get one. Not at all. Not at all. We find it quite insightful, but looks like you're stuck with us now. They've decided. But seriously, thank you for the support throughout this whole year, all of the donations, all of the contributions. Speaking of which, before I get in trouble, we have cucumber sandwiches, cheese sandwiches, banana muffins, and cheese scones with butter. So they're all, it's all in the kitchen, so get ready to dig in. But first and foremost, before we do that, just to make you salivate, then wait, let's join together. I don't know where my words are coming from today, I really don't. Let's join together and close in prayer as we say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together and unite in friendship, in community, in compassion and love, and to feel the embrace, the emotion and the love of Spirit brush over us, watch over us, and keep us safe. In life, Great Spirit, we know times can sometimes be difficult. In those times, we ask you not move the mountain, but give us the strength to climb. And so as we go out, climbing, walking, and gathering together, I ask for a blessing to be placed on each person here present and all they represent and all those watching too, that your love might shine like a beacon and a web around the world. Until we meet again in your name. Amen. Big thank you to the healers. Big thank you to Ivana and Caroline for the food. Thank you to Eunice for the reading. Thank you, Tony, for keeping the healing table running on a Thursday night and keeping us all in check. And thank you all so much, truly, for being here. It means the world. And one last time, a big thank you to our friend David. And so, my friends, we are going to say a lovely... Carol, you've got to take Em's a cucumber sandwich. There you go. She's going to take a cucumber sandwich. Sound has been. Just to let you know, David. Perfect, great demonstration. The sound's been perfect all night, which ain't bad really, considering how rubbish the signal's been lately. So there. But it's time to say good night to everyone watching, so we can have a raffle and go and have some of those scrummy delights. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. God bless you all. See you next week, and I'll push the button. My finger is